morning, guys. It's around 5:30 right now. This is the only good time that I have to go work out because I'm pretty busy throughout the evening, and I can also avoid the peak hours at the gym, which is around, when people get off work, so around like 5 and 6. Today is leg day, and I'm definitely not looking forward to doing that, but just have to do it. And yeah, I'm already kind of late, so I gotta get going. So I forgot to mention one thing earlier while I was in my car, but I'm actually building out the inside of my car so I can work and live out of it, and also travel around the state. Because I've been cooped up for the past 3 years, living and working inside the house, so I just wanted to take remote work to the next level, and that meant, for me at least, to really, live and work out of my car. For those who are new here, my name is Andrew, and I'm a remote software engineer, and I've been working remotely for the past 3 years, ever since I got the job. And so that was at the peak of COVID. But honestly, I'm kind of afraid that the company will bring all of its employees back into the office, but hopefully, fingers crossed that it doesn't happen. But let me show you guys how the inside of my car looks like so far. So here I basically took out the back seats, which gives me some storage where the seats were. And I'm currently building out this wooden platform that's flush with the trunk, so that I can lay down and sleep. And in the feed area here, I'm going to put my Jackery power station. And then on the other side is going to be the car fridge that I have. And I also took out the spare tire. So as you can see, the spare tire is gone. It's going to be another place where I can put some storage in. I'm going to put some solar panels that I have in there so I can charge the Jackery power station, as well as, some other things that I won't really need to access that often. So yeah, that's about it so far. There's still a lot more to do, but later in the video, I'll show you guys where I'm at with the wooden platform that I mentioned earlier. So stay tuned for that. So as a software engineer, we usually have stand-ups in the morning, and that's a time for our team to get together and discuss what we did yesterday and what we're doing today. Usually teams have, stand-up early in the morning. However, with my new team that I just started with the beginning of this year, we've been having stand-up at 11 o'clock. And so right after stand-up, it's, noon. And so I just get right into lunch right after the meeting. So that's been my schedule for a while now. And honestly, I kind of like it. It's pretty nice that, after meeting with my coworkers, we can, jump off and then, take a break and get lunch. And so today I have some work to do, and I wanted to try out vibe coding. And for those who don't know what that is, it's basically having AI write the code for you and making tweaks along the way. So it's really letting AI be the driver of the code, and you just look at the code, and if it looks right or it's going in the right direction, you can use that code, or you can make tweaks to it and prompt the AI to, make tweaks to the code. So I think that's why it makes sense that it's called vibe coding, because all you do is, prompt the AI to write the code for you instead of actually sitting down and writing some code. I've tried some code generation before, and I've seen it make a few mistakes. So I think it's always good to really dive into what it's giving you and make tweaks along the way, because, even ChatGPT is giving me some, wrong information on really basic stuff. And so, yeah, I wanted to try some vibe coding today because that just makes work a little bit easier for me, and see how it goes. Just like we're ready. Also, I just started using this headset. This is the headset that Amazon gave me when I was working there for a little bit. And yeah, brings back good memories. But I found that the, microphone on this headset is way better than the microphone on my AirPods. And so I decided to just go with this. And it's nothing special. It's over the ear. There's no like cuff around the ear. Also, it's pretty old school. It's connected with this audio jack. And so if I were to upgrade, I would probably get a Bluetooth version. But I think for now, this will work. No, it's all good. Let's go over the one that's in fixed because I have the PR ready. And then the one in ready for review, it should actually be in fixed. Since working from home, I figured lunch would be simple. I've got access to a full kitchen, plenty of ingredients to essentially cook whatever I wanted. But honestly, I found it to be kind of a hassle. Every day I had to decide what to make for lunch, then cook it, and do all the cleanup afterwards. And before I knew it, my entire lunch break was gone. Until I tried something different. I've usually meal prepped dinners for the week, but I started meal prepping lunch as well. Now I just grab my prepped lunch from the fridge and throw it in the microwave. It saves me so much time and energy during the day so I can focus more on decompressing from work, go on longer walks, soak up the sun, and chill a little bit before getting back online. So to really help me with vibe coding, I started using Cursor. Cursor is an AI code editor to help you write code using AI and to overall help you be more productive. So I think what really makes Cursor shine is its tab feature. And so what it does is that it indexes the files and tries to better understand the files that you have. And right in the editor, it can help you write code by giving you suggestions in line. And with those suggestions, you can basically press tab to insert the suggestions right into the lines. And in my experience, this makes vibe coding a lot easier because it kind of already predicts what you want to do. And all you need to do is basically press tab and it will do its magic. If you haven't given Cursor a try, I definitely would try it out. It really changes the game on how you interact with code, and it would definitely be a productivity boost for you and whatever project that you're doing. But lately, I've been using Gemini and ChatGPT to really help me understand some code, as well as find if there's any errors in the code or how it can be improved. I don't entirely rely on ChatGPT or Gemini or even Cursor to help me write code. I still try to do it myself to better understand the code and use it more as a tool to move forward and make progress. But yeah, I still feel like I should be using AI for work a little bit more. I feel like I'm just touching, the tip of the iceberg, and there's a lot more I could do with it. But so far, it's been helping me a lot. Give it a try if you haven't already. So recently I decided to, do some more work outside after spending hours just being inside. And reflecting how I envisioned work in the past, it was kind of crazy because before I really wanted to, work in an office and go into work every day, have some good interactions with coworkers, have some snacks and drinks, to, wanting to do work from home and working in the comfort of my home and not having to, interact with people, to now I just want to, go outside and do some work outside. And that progression really made me reflect on, what I really want to do and what I really want in my life. And I think that, just being outside just really makes me feel more calm and less stressed out, as well as just be more present. And something about being outside really helps me, be really focused on the present and not be in my own thoughts. So that's why I want to take remote work to the next level by working and living out of my car, because I have the flexibility to do so, and so I just thought, why not? So yeah, let me wrap things up here and then I'll show you guys the platform that I built out so far. So this is what I have so far for the wooden platform. It's basically just made out of plywood and some 2x4s. As you can see here, I added some piano hinges so I can make this a cabinet so I can put storage in where the back seats were. And I have it on both sides so you can access the storage area from both sides. And to make it more sturdy, you can see that I added screws all along, connecting the 2x4 and the plywood. If I were to do this over, I would pick a different plywood because for some reason this plywood splits really easily. So when I was cutting it, it would just split in some random spots. And so I would probably go with a different or stronger plywood than what I have here. So all that's left to do is basically make this more smooth with some more sanding. And I also got this orbital sander here to help with the sanding process, just to make sure that I'm getting all the rough edges. Another thing that I want to do is to add some carpet here. This is the the top area where I'm going to be laying down on. So I think adding some carpet would be nice. I was thinking of gluing the carpet on with some spray adhesive, but I just thought that, using Velcro would be a lot easier and make it less messy. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be adding Velcro along, the sides here, most importantly, and then, in the middle and the main areas here. Lately, I've been trying to make the most of my evenings. I try to balance my evenings between being productive and decompressing from the day. For example, after spending 2 hours editing a video or coding my personal project, I try to make sure I fit in time to relax by watching an episode or two of my favorite TV show. I want to be intentional with my time in the evenings because I realize that before and after work are really the only chunks of time where I can actually do the things I want to do. I really don't want to waste those precious hours doom scrolling or just being lazy and not doing much. And maybe it sounds a bit dramatic or a bit strict, but honestly, I've learned that having structure in my day helps me make the most of my time doing the things I want to do. That's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.